Hi everyone and welcome to TNTV Reactions. Today we're going to be looking at episode 2 of Andor. Now I actually quite enjoyed the first one. It was a bit slower than I'm expecting for a Star Wars epic, but I think that might lead into its favour actually, because I'm hoping it's a bit more of along the lines of a murder mystery, something weird and twisty that we can follow, and maybe a little bit more political. Something that isn't just lightsabers and starships. I'm kind of hoping that this series brings it down a bit more to earth and we can feel more around what the normal person feels like actually in this universe, because we only ever see the people right at the top generally. You know, they blow up a starship with 1 million people on it and you shrug. But I'm sure those people have lives, and people on all the planets that we visited from Tatooine onwards have had lives, and you never really get to see how they live. So I think it's a really interesting concept if that's what they go with. It's what I get the feeling of from, you know, the mines on Ferrix to these corporate zones. Yeah, I think it's really interesting, and I'm hoping the pace picks up a little bit because it was a little slow for the first one, but I'm really looking forward to learning more about the history of these characters and the different worlds that they're on. Yeah, I'm really excited, and I really just want to jump right in. But before I do, if you could leave a like on this video, if you do, put a comment down below if there's anything you'd like to talk to us about, any theories you've got, if you've not watched any more than I have. Come join us on Discord if you want to have a chat with other like-minded individuals, and yeah, follow us on Patreon if you want to be able to vote on what we react to next. I don't really have anything else. I say we get to it. Is he the smallest of the lot? Yeah, I suppose he is. I bet he's the only one that gets out though. Jesus Christ. Strip mine. I wonder what's out here. No wonder there's ships going backwards and forwards to quite a primitive planet. Makes a lot more sense. I quite like that job. Go up there once an hour. I can think of worse jobs. Like I said in the introduction, I'm hoping, and I like the fact that it's a lot more gritty. It's a lot darker. No silly white suits straight away. I'm sure it will come, but you know, no stormtroopers, no Jedis, just people.
Just tired.
Seems to be a forgotten art, actually, in a lot of these franchise series, that sometimes it's just about people.
So, start the week tonight. Let's do this. Why not?
He's so suspicious. Oh no. They're after Cassian. Even when he was specifically told not to.
What you did to him, Pete?
Did what? I
Take again. Speak now.
Read it.
For more authority is seeking a Canary male resident of Ferrix for questioning. Citizens with any information should contact the Priosmore Lana Security HQ without any delay.
Who else knows
Oh, what?
that you were born in Canary? And who told these primo bastards about Canary?
That would be me.
Bubba Vix. Vix is looking for you.
What? Well, why did you do that?
When did she come?
Just now? Tell me.
Your comms failed. Your comms.
Come on.
This is all very upsetting.
Cassian. What have you done?
I messed up.
Yeah. Ah, damn. What do you do? Run? I just hide in plain sight and hope that no one who knows where you come from talks.
How far is too far? He's coming. The rider's coming. It's too late to call him off. He'll be here in the morning.
Hide under a rock for 24 hours. Go hide down the mine. No one's going to go looking.
You should go.
It's very tense, actually. I like that it's this tense. I think if you took out the ships and the land speeders and all that stuff, you wouldn't know it was Star Wars. That's why I think I like it, because I'm not normally the biggest Star Wars fan, but it feels more Farscape to me. Something along those lines, or even Firefly to a point. So, you know, a little bit more realism. It probably is closest to Firefly, actually.
See if there's anything about Canary. Maybe the suspect? I'm not sure yet. We're about to get an image.
Okay, I know. I know it's Star Wars and they have to use the holograms, but they've got screens everywhere. Surely with better definition. No? I think I may be overthinking this.
Relax.
I'm here.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh, but yes. It's not too late.
I couldn't sleep. But if it's not a good time,
No. No. Not at all.
Sleazy bastard.
Just got
Jealous
surprised.
bastard.
good.
Sorry to ask you in the middle of the night.
No, sir. Privilege, sir. Got the brief on the right end.
Let's move on this quickly. We have a dangerous mobile suspect in a very serious crime.
Couldn't be more, sir. Tempo is crucial. Velocity in the service of inspired leadership. Is there a worthy substitute? I think not. If I may, sir, hats off to you and Chief Inspector. 2 men dead, line of duty.
Okay.
Colleagues. It's outrageous.
Certainly. The thought of anything less than full engagement on a case like this.
Unconscionable, sir. Dereliction of duty.
This is the worst sucking up I have ever seen.
Wait and see.
It's great, but... And his vocabulary is amazing off the top of his head. But seriously.
Strong hand with these affiliated planets. There's fermenting out there, sir. Pockets of fermenting. Corporate tactical forces.
Not fermenting.
First line of defense, and the best way to keep the blade sharp is to use it.
It's so weird having so many different accents. You know, so that main guy there's American, he's Scottish or Northern English. You know, it's just weird having these amalgamations of different accents. You think it would have all sort of flattened out. I suppose this is a long time ago, so maybe it didn't. But it's strange. In the films, they were much more. They had similar accents for everybody. It made a lot more sense. Right. I understand the need for backstory. I really do. But in this and some of the other things we've been watching, actually, the backstory is just dragged. It feels like filler. I don't think it adds a lot. It may well do, but at the moment it just... Stellan Skarsgård from Thor. I loved him in Thor. Especially the second one. He's always walking around with no trousers. It's funny. Back when Thor was actually funny.
You haven't been listening to me, have you?
You have to go away.
And?
You have credits for Marva. You need to tell me where you're hiding them.
Because we don't want someone else to find Marva's credits, do we?
I agree.
Definitely not.
You should stay.
If I can bring them myself, I will. But if I can't, we need the comms, right? Me.
Going is a bad idea.
You need to get back. She's gonna wonder where you are.
He's gonna miss him.
Go.
He's probably right though. Let's be honest.
B! B! If you power down back here again, I'll be so upset with you.
So who's Marva to him? Is it someone who adopted him? Because she doesn't seem tribal. I don't think it is, but she reminds me very much of the headmistress from Three Men and a Little Lady. She's been in tons, but I can't remember what her name is. Always plays a strict school marmish type. I say they're pretty dead. It's just a guess. A few of those darts would do him in. Didn't they know it used to have poison on the end of them? So he's not keen on them. So I'm guessing this is early Empire?
You're wrong.
Prince, it's your choice.
You want to go today and have me keep my mouth shut? 7's my rule.
Okay, if it's 7, you better be ready in an hour. Get the engine running.
Fair enough.
Would you let it go?
It's always one of my favourite tropes, actually. It's in quite a lot of films where you have someone who talks to either an alien or someone that speaks a different language, but they speak in English and they speak in whatever language they speak, and they both understand each other. Yeah, I find it interesting.
And maybe some local residents who are less than enthused with that presence. You may remind them that there's a territorial forum once a month where they are free to make official complaints. All your stuff.
I'm doing some unpleasant comparisons between him and a Mike Myers character that I will allow you to work out in your own time.
Thank you for being here. It's just one of those decisive moments, and I can't imagine a team I'd rather share it with than all of you.
I actually don't think he's a bad guy. He just seems to want to do his job.
There's no room for doubt on the path to success. Best of luck to us all.
If he wasn't working for the space Nazis, he'd probably be alright.
Fine.
Incredible, right? We're circling. We're stacked up. Crazy, right? We should be charging them. What they stick you to park your shit?
60 credits.
Gutty, aren't they? Charging us to come and spend our money. They get you coming and going.
Reminds me of my local town centre.
You can drive in across the wasteland. Now the ground carried. Drive right through. What's your line? Rather not say. I need to explain. Who knows who you're talking to these days? Me, I'm in propulsion. We do add-ons and boosters. Never changes, does it?
I think the longest I spent circling was about an hour and a half
You know what they say?
on a trip, but I know some people that have stayed up there for
If you can't
hours.
find it here, it's not worth finding.
Everything is really beautiful, which I know looking at this doesn't appear so, but I think it's been done by someone who seems to like Star Wars, which I think makes all the difference to me. Let's talk about it. So that was episode 2 of Andor, and I'm really surprised by this show about how much I like it. When they went dark and gritty with Star Trek, with Discovery, I didn't find it anywhere near as appealing. There was something about doing it in that world that didn't make sense to me and didn't translate. Picard was worse for it. This seems to work. I love it's a prequel of a prequel of a prequel, so obviously things aren't as advanced in their universe, so maybe things aren't quite as shiny yet, and the Empire hasn't cleansed everything just yet, and I really like it. I think it's a really nicely character driven story, and that's really rare, like I was saying. And again, I just hope it doesn't go big and silly. I'm all for action, love a good gunfight at the best of times, but if it doesn't go big and silly, doesn't go massively political, I don't mean that in the sense of like identity political. I mean like as in we don't end up stuck in a Senate for 6 hours of a 7-hour rest of run or whatever it is. Then I'll be really happy with this. I'm thoroughly enjoying the characters. Like I say, I don't like the sleazy bastard who was obviously called to dob him in, but I understand it because, you know, he's jealous. He thinks his girlfriend's cheating on him. Doesn't realise that she's in the black market trade. Thinks she's just running out, and you know, again, it's a really nice character plot device to move everything forward, and it feels right in the world. I wish more series really took the time to think about that kind of thing. It's not just he gets spotted by an AI on a security camera somewhere. You know, that was a really nice plot device to push everything forward without it feeling forced. It's just great. So the bits on this homeworld, you know, I'm hoping that they explain more as we go and they're worth the time that they're taking, because they are taking up, I don't know, 20% of the runtime at the moment, and so far we've learned nothing. Nothing's happened. Not really, you know, a girl died because a shuttle came down, but if that's all that happens, it feels like a waste of the runtime, because they could be using it on the much more interesting stories. But outside of that, I don't have a lot else to say really. I think it's a really good, solid sci-fi series, and I'm really looking forward to episode 3. Hoping to get around to that next week. But yeah, I think I think they're going to struggle to mess this one up, and I like it. I never thought I'd say that about a Star Wars thing again. Please let me know what you think down in the comments. Give us a thumbs up if you liked this video, or even if you didn't, just to make me feel better. Come and join us on Discord. We'd love to chat about these things as we go. We don't want any spoilers in there for what's to come. We're a few episodes behind, but I really think it'd be great to have a community of people who can talk about these things. And when we start doing stuff a little closer to real time, then we can speculate together. And how cool would that be? Please support us on Patreon if you can. It starts from £1 a month. I think for £5 a month we've got the exclusive tier where things that we can't put on YouTube for copyright reasons or whatever will get posted, along with any other exclusive content and polls and other things we're doing. Outside of that, I don't have anything else at all to say, except I really hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one.